I'm Gemma and this is a chat with Gemma. So in-laws, eh? I remember my aunt talking to me many years ago and saying how my mother kind of annoyed her because my mother was a very sociable person. I would like to go for a drive on the weekend, perhaps to see the countryside, get into nature, but Mum wanted to go and get inside somebody's house and sit with people and talk with them. That's what she wanted to do. So she just loved people, was very interested in people. Probably why she had so many children. But my aunt kind of complained to me once when I was like an adult and we could have open and frank conversations. And she, had cousins and whatnot, and my mum would go around and see them. Terrible crime, isn't it? And this kind of used to annoy her because she felt like as if my mother was taking her relatives away from her. So we can sort of get feelings like that, can't we? Sometimes a young man will, get engaged and his sister will just not take to his fiancée. She's very put out that he would kind of, as it were, be planning to leave her and his family and go off with this strange girl. And it can be very annoying. I mean, it is annoying. Doesn't mean people necessarily are being petty, but we do have to kind of control these things, don't we? So sometimes it can help to look at things in a different way. So if you're looking at the hill from this side, sometimes it's good to go on the other side of the hill and get a different view, isn't it? And we can do that with our thought processes as well. Maybe we can see this as an addition to our family, not that somebody's grabbing your brother and yanking him away from you. Now, there are some wives that will absolutely do that. But a lot of girls, particularly if they don't have any sisters, when their brothers get married, they're just so excited because now they've got this new sister and they kind of want to really grab her from their brother. So everything's different, isn't it? It's different for different people. But yeah, so on the other hand, sometimes you have, the fiancé, let's say, or the new wife, kind of, from her point of view, not liking things very much either. So her new husband has this sister who thinks she owns him. And he has a mother who also thinks she owns him, and she says things that the new bride doesn't like. She does things that she disagrees with, and she's still hanging around like as if this person's still her son, even though he's married and belongs to his wife now. And so some people kind of look at his relatives, his family, as being sort of just, again, really annoying because they got married to him, they like him. They don't necessarily want all this other crowd along. And, the father comes along and helps him fix his car, and what's he hanging around in my driveway for, And they really want to just take ownership of this guy. Well, little bride, you've got to remember that, his mother might have gone through, 4, 8, 12 hours of childbirth having him. And then she was woken up every 2 hours all night breastfeeding him. And when he was sick, she was up all night with him. So he is her son. He always will be her son, and that's how it should be. And it's not right for, girlfriend, fiancé, bride to think that she can just sort of tear him away and have full 100% ownership of him. You're going to have to share him with other people that love him. I can remember once when my brother-in-law's sister sat down with my little niece, who was like, I don't know, about 3. And she sort of got my niece, and they were at the beach, I think, and she just got her, and they sat down and looked at the beach, and she just cuddled her like that and held her close. And I thought, that's my niece. But then I kind of thought, what's the matter with you? She's her niece too. And it comes as kind of a shock, doesn't it, that people sort of belong to all these other people. We have to share them. We do. It's not right to, marry a little girl and then drag her to the other side of the world to get her away from her parents and her siblings. And people try to do that, that's not right. Or, to go to another state where it's a really big deal for her family to come and see her. And sometimes it's a bad sign when somebody does that. And it can be the female too, who wants to drag her husband well and truly as far away from his family as possible. And there's all these good reasons for it, but really underneath it's to get him all to herself. And sometimes, they talk about people becoming abusive, and the more distance there is between them and their families, particularly, unfortunately, with the man, he gets between his wife and her, say her father, for example, her brothers, the more he feels like he has control over her. So this can lead to quite a sick situation. We do have to understand that the people we love have other people who love them. And yes, the newborn baby we want to hold, but we have to, wait for somebody else to finish holding the baby before we get to hold the baby and all of those sorts of things. But if you look at it in a different way, as that person is a wonderful addition to your life. So this person is now your brother-in-law, sister-in-law, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law, your daughter-in-law, your son-in-law. They're part of your family now. So, everybody can love everybody. The people who are not blood relatives can love those people who are their new relatives, and love them in some cases just as much as their blood relatives. People, as they get to know each other over the years, sometimes completely change their tunes about each other. Remember, there was one woman talking about how, her and her mother-in-law were kind of like that, and then after many years went by and they got to sort of towards the end of her life, the mother-in-law's life, this daughter-in-law looked after her, until she died, and the mother-in-law adored her. Just by that point in time, just absolutely loved her daughter-in-law. So let's hope things turn out that way in the end. All right, hope you're well, and God bless you. Bye for now.